Finally tonight, Palestinian Authority Mahmoud Abbas went off on a 2.5-hour rant this Sunday in Ramallah, during which he denied the Jewish connection to Israel, rejected any negotiations as long as Donald Trump is U.S. president, and called for destroying Trump's house, meaning him and his family, for generations. So here's my take. While Abbas's intent was to bury President Trump for declaring that America recognizes Jerusalem as Israel's capital, what he did was expose himself as a two-faced, inept leader who harbors deep anti-Semitic views. By doing so, he managed to create a rare consensus in Israeli society across the political spectrum. He confirmed what those in the Israeli right have been saying for decades. The issue is not the 1967 borders. It is Palestinian unwillingness to accept the existence of a Jewish state. Abbas described Israel as a, quote, colonialist project that is not connected to Judaism, The absurdity there is mind-blowing. Even the Muslim Quran refers to the Jewish people as the children of Israel. The Jewish people have maintained a well-documented, unbroken presence in Israel for well over 3,000 years, with archaeological sites that clearly testify to that. Now, Abbas's ridiculous claims included a demand that Britain apologize for the 1917 Balfour Declaration, which endorsed the idea of a Jewish homeland. So this shows that the central issue in the Middle East conflict has never been Israel's so-called occupation of the West Bank and Gaza. Rather, it's the very fact that Israel exists. Without this basic recognition of Israel's right to be there is no path to progress. Abbas confirmed that he is not a partner for peace. His speech, riddled with historical lies, insults, and anti-Semitism, showed his hatred for the U.S., Israel, and the Jewish people. But it also once again showed that he truly doesn't care about his own people. Abbas, like other Palestinian leaders, has rejected every peace offer made by Israel without making a counteroffer. As bad as those rejections have been for Israel, they have been even worse for the Palestinians. While his people live in misery, Abbas wants to continue filling his coffers. Just like Yasser Arafat, who in 2003 made it onto the Forbes list of the wealthiest kings and despots with an estimated net worth of $300 million. Abbas has been accused of hoarding a fortune of at least $100 million and of owning property across the Middle East. One source of those accusations is Mohammed Rashid, Arafat's former financial advisor, who knows a thing or two about Palestinian Authority finances. Now, the Panama Papers expose of tax evasion and money laundering included leading PA figures. Just one example, Abbas's son Tarek secretly owns a holding company in the British Virgin Islands worth millions. The PA chairman's two sons, Tarek and Yasser, own an economic empire in the territories worth hundreds of millions of dollars that relies on their father's position and the current status quo. Now, this corruption has not escaped the attention of Palestinians. According to a 2017 poll conducted by the reputable Palestinian Center for Policy and Survey Research and published by Quds Press, about 77% believe that the PA is corrupt, and 64% of Palestinians want Abbas out. So now in the 14th year of a 4-year term, Abbas hasn't achieved anything for the Palestinians. He has foiled every peace initiative, rewarded and incited terrorism while instilling hatred in his people for their Jewish neighbors, all while pretending to be a moderate to the world. Well, now that jig is up. Abbas has shown his true colors. Well, that's my take. As always, I want to hear what you have to say, so feel free to praise, whine, or opine by writing to us on Twitter and Facebook. And I'll read some of those comments on Monday.